Okay, I should be recording now. So yeah, it's Friday, guys. Friday, the 10th of November. And again, another pretty early session for me, just approaching 11 a.m. in the morning. I don't know why I said 11 a.m. in the morning. 11 a.m. is only in the morning, so 11 in the morning. You know what I meant. Anyway, it's my second chest and side delt session of the week. So that's what I'll be hitting today. That's what's on the menu. I think it's only like 4 exercises, so I'll be pretty efficient. Like I just got a single side delt exercise and I've got 3 chest exercises, so nice, convenient. Oh, and I'll throw in some calves at the end as well, or at the start, depending on how I feel. Just to uphold that promise to myself of training calves at least every other day, or like preferably every day. And yeah, that's pretty much what's on the agenda. I did want to mention though, because obviously I'm wearing the animal shirt again. I don't just have one of these shirts, guys. Like, it would make sense, like, if I wore one of these shirts to not wear it every single session, but I actually own 3 of these shirts, so I'm not a filthy animal. I do wash my laundry. I just wanted to clear that up. But no, this is the 3rd animal shirt that I've worn this week. It's not the same one, but I will be wearing that one probably tomorrow, the first one that I wore, because the other 2 are washed now. But yeah, I've got a few of them because I really like the shirt. I like the material. It's somewhat stretchy. It breathes well. It's not overly thick. I hate thick shirts in hot weather. In cold weather, they're great, but in hot weather, they're terrible. So yeah, because this is a real thin shirt, it's comfortable. It's not too restrictive. Like, it's a little bit tight around the arms, which is a pain in the ass. But it is a 2XL as well, so I mean, I've got to expect that. It's a pretty small size. Usually I wear like probably like a 4 to 6XL. Depending on what kind of make it is, what brand. But yeah, usually my general shirt size to have a bit of a loose fitting shirt ranges from 4 to 6XL. But yeah, this is a 2XL, so it's kind of like a tight muscle shirt, I suppose. It's comfortable nonetheless, and it's one of the only kind of like gym shirts I packed when I came here to Thailand from Australia. So I've got all 3 of them with me, and then I've got a few oversized shirts that I bought as well with me. I brought as well, not bought. And then I have bought some additional shirts since I've been here. Going to be using the Essential Amino 9 Energy from Real One. Not because I prefer it, like I said, I actually do kind of prefer the non-electrolyte blend essential amino acids, but I don't want to waste this. I want to use it up, and so yeah, I'll just use it up, and then I just won't buy it again. I'll just stick to either the Gorilla Mode or the Optimum Nutrition, the ones that don't have the electrolytes added to it. They just have, like, I think a little bit of natural caffeine, and that's it. And then the essential aminos. But yeah, I'll mix this up and dive into the session. But overall, pretty efficient, pretty quick session. It's only going to be 4 exercises, 3 sets of each of the chest exercises. So like a total of 9 sets for chest. And then the side delts, I'll be doing 5 sets. So one exercise, 5 sets of side delts. And then it'll be just a little bit of calves. Whether I record all the side delt sets or not, like on the laterals, that will depend on how I'm feeling and how the battery life's going on my camera. But yeah, if I don't, I'll still film at least 2 or 3 of the sets. Overall, I feel pretty good today. Body weight's down again, so I think it's like day 3 of the mini cut, and I hit an all-time low today. I think it was 118.2 kilo, so down from 120.7 at the start of the week, so 118.2. So I believe that's, what's that, like a 7-pound drop. So a pretty significant drop over the course of a few days, 7 pounds. And I'm sure it'll continue to decline just consistently, because it's been a pretty linear drop day to day. It's been dropping a few 100 grams to a kilo. And so, yeah, by the end of the week, by Sunday, it wouldn't surprise me if it's, say, down 10 pounds from the start of the week. But you can typically expect out of an aggressive deficit, especially in the first week, if you're somebody like starting at a weight that I'm starting at, like 120 kilo, 10 pound might sound like a lot, but when you're starting at 265 pound, dropping 10 pound is pretty minuscule in terms of percentage of your total body weight for a aggressive deficit. Like, I'm in a 1,000 calorie deficit per day. So you kind of expect a drop like that. It's pretty typical. So yeah, that's pretty much what's been happening. Appetite, I'm already starting to notice appetite's picking up a little bit, which is good, because I want that appetite to be present when I start the next push-up phase. It didn't really disappear completely, but it was starting to get pretty blunt and stale toward the end of that first push-up phase. So entering that maintenance block and now entering a mini cut, it's definitely rejuvenating that that appetite that I had at the very start of my first push-up phase when I came out of my post-show like rebound phase. So yeah, I postulate like I'm going to guess that my weight is probably going to end up around the 115 kilo mark by the time I finish the cut, or the mini cut I should say. So like probably anywhere around like 250, 253 pound I reckon my weight will end up, and that'll be a good buffer to basically potentiate that next push-up phase, because you want to drop a reasonable amount of weight in a mini cut. Not a great deal, but a reasonable amount, like at least a solid probably 5 to 7% total body weight in a mini cut for it to be relatively productive. And that'll just allow you to kind of push forward, taking one step back deliberately in order to take 3 steps forward in the next push-up phase. So that's basically how things are going to pan out, I reckon. I might lose more than that, I might not quite lose that much, but we'll see. It'll be around that roughly, give or take a couple pound. And then, yeah, just full send it for the next push-up phase and try get as close to 300 pound. I'm not going to get to 300 pound. If I did, I'd be a fat 300 pound in my second push-up. But I mean, if I can get to, say, my peak weight in this first push-up phase was 265. So if I can get to, say, 280, like I'd consider that a pretty successful second push-up. And then obviously do another mini cut down to maybe like 265, 270. Which was like my peak weight of the first push-up, and then push up again and maybe get just shy of like 300, maybe like 290 pound, 295. And yeah, I reckon if I continue in this fashion, don't let body comp get too out of hand by doing these cleanup phases, I'll probably hit 300 pound with respectable conditioning by like mid next year. And that's a pretty significant amount of growth in my opinion. And then if I do a prep, I mean, I'll probably be able to step on stage around 260 pound, 255 pound, which is a pretty significant increase from my former weight on stage, which was like 200, not even 220 pound, it was like 215 pound. So yeah, adding a solid like 40 to 50 pounds of stage weight is pretty, pretty hectic, I reckon. So that's the plan of action, guys. I'm gonna mix my EAAs. No, I won't record it because you've seen me do that a million times. And I'll see you all in the gym. Alright. So it's a lighter day for calf raises today, alternating between like the lighter, heavier work. And on the lighter days, I think I'm just going to do 2 sets, and on the heavier days I'll do 3, because the total number of reps I achieve in like the lighter days is obviously higher per set. So that way I can keep the volume relatively consistent day to day. That's the way I'm rationalizing it, at least. So that's what I'll be doing moving forward. So just 2 sets today of like 15 to 20 reps, and then it'll be on to, actually you know what, I might do side delts before chest today, so I can just get it out of the way, because after I do chest, to be honest, I don't feel like doing anything a lot of the time on these days, just with the hot weather and everything. So what I might do is I'll do my 2 sets of calves, then I'll jump onto the laterals and I'll just spam all the laterals out, and then I'll do the actual chest work. There we go. Again, knees slightly bent just so I'm not putting pressure on that ingrown hair where I got surgery. So I need to, like, because I'm keeping my knees slightly bent now instead of fully locking them out, I'm kind of losing a little bit of the stretch at the bottom, like the plates are touching almost, but it's not enough to justify adjusting the seat to the next setting. So what I'm gonna have to do is just bring my feet a little bit closer on this set, and hopefully that will be enough of a mechanical extension of my legs to prevent me from bottoming out the reps before I get a full stretch. We'll see how we go. A little bit better. Might just have to put it a notch closer next time I train calves and just have the knees bent a little bit more, because yeah, still don't feel like I'm getting quite enough of a stretch, but it was better than nothing. So shoulder time now. Heavier shoulder work today, so we're doing 150 instead of the usual 130. Whew. So 2 more sets of these to go. Don't know if I'll record the 5th set, see how I feel, and again, see how the battery's going, but at the minute, it's looking like I will. Yeah, feels pretty decent, given that it's a like different exercise order to what I'm usually used to doing on this session. I think I might actually keep this as like a permanent change, so doing those side delts before chest. So I feel like my shoulders are warming up a lot from it, which is just going to make my flies and my presses feel a whole lot better. And I don't think it'll negatively like impact or detract from my ability to like hit my chest effectively. So yeah, I think I'll roll forward with this kind of a exercise order in future sessions. Yeah, time to do set number 4. So before I do the final set of these, the fifth set, I thought I'd just quickly iterate something that I have already mentioned, but if this is the first time watching one of my videos, then this will be new for you. When performing any kind of a side delt exercise, I'm thinking about not just like raising out to my sides, but like literally raising my arms out toward my sides. So like instead of raising up, which is a lot of people do, like a lot of people just do a lateral raise and I think about driving the weight up toward the ceiling. They get their traps into it a lot. They don't get anywhere near as much side delt involvement as they could. They get some side delt involvement, don't get me wrong, but if you really want to maximize side delt involvement, think about as you're raising up, you're trying to drive your elbows to the imaginary walls either side of you. If you do that, you'll use the side delts to recruit them a lot more effectively. You still get your traps involved because it's impossible to like isolate a muscle in an exercise pretty much. Like you're going to get some synergists involved. There's going to be some upper trap involvement, some mid trap involvement when you do a lateral raise. Like it's just a given. But to shift the emphasis from traps to lateral delt, it comes down to how you execute the lift and how you think about executing the lift. So how you think about executing the lift will dictate how you actually execute the lift. So if you think about, if you visualize stretching your arms out toward the imaginary walls beside you, like I said, as you do that lateral raise up on each rep, I can assure you you're going to get a lot more side delt recruitment. So give it a go. What have you got to lose? I'm going to shoot for 210 pound. Already did a warm-up set with 130 pound and it felt good. Shoulders felt a little bit like, I don't know, just old, but I'm getting old, I guess, kind of. So yeah, 3 sets, but because I am doing an extra 20 pound upon what I did last week, I'll aim for the lower end of the rep range, which is 10 on today's session. So some dude with like bleach blonde hair circle jerking on the cable press, so I'm going to just use this instead today. I don't want to wait, and I know I like this movement. I get a good kind of stimulus from it. So yeah, this will be my press movement for the day. It's 3 sets, heavier, so like a lower rep range, and then it'll be onto the dips to finish off the session. Yeah, I've actually quite enjoyed the order that I did the exercises in today. I know I already said it, but I really think I'm going to keep this as like a consistent trend moving forward. Do my calves, side delts, and then chest. That way I know once I got the big muscle group out of the way, I'm done. There's nothing left over. It's a bit more like mentally relieving. It's less of a mental drain thinking about the session then. Because as much as I love training, I don't always enjoy the sessions. Sometimes I just want to get out of here, and on days that I just want to get out of here, that's going to be a bit of a blessing in disguise if I do my most exhausting body part of the session and then I'm done. There's nothing left over. So yeah, if chest was a major weak point for me though, I wouldn't be doing it last, but chest is a pretty strong point for me, so I don't need to worry about it getting a little bit less, I suppose, attention or a little bit less stimulus than it otherwise would if it was at the start of the session. Delts and calves are very much more of a weakness for me, so this works out better, to be honest. Well, it sounds like it started to rain, so I might be getting a lift back home instead of walking home, which is, I mean, not the end of the world, but I was hoping to get some of my daily steps in walking back home. We'll see if it's just intermittent or if it persists, because it might just be like the occasional shower here or there. If that's the case, I'll still be able to walk home, but yeah. No. Second set. Got 10 on that first one, so I'll see if I can get like 9 at least on this. I don't know if I'll get the full 10. Yeah, 10 would have been pushing it. So I just had to wait a little bit for this machine. It was taken, but now it is finally free. Alright, so I had to wait a little bit for this machine. It was taken, but it is free finally now. So time to smash out the 3 sets of dips up and head on home. It stopped raining, so I'll probably be able to walk home, provided it doesn't start again between now and when I finish. But I mean, even if I'm able to walk home, I might actually just get a lift home because I'm feeling pretty stuffed. And I want to be able to just have a shower, freshen up and dive into work. I've got, nine check-ins to do today, so pretty big day ahead of me, so yeah. But time to get into it. Third and final set.